This is one of the major disasters that struck the city of New York City since 9/11. Millions of civilians have been declared dead and others are missing. The damage caused will take billions of dollars to fix. What were those creatures or where they came from is unknown. We will keep you all updated as more information comes. Geez, the world is getting weirder every day.
You saw what happened at NYC.
I did. Never thought we'd see Godzilla return after all these years.
Same feeling we had till now. That skelly bastard knows how to make an entrance.
We saw explosions and fire coming from where we were at. God, if that wasn't some fight of the century.
Question now is how long it will take to get the city back on track.
Think any of your tech could work this out?
At the moment, I think not.
Had a feeling that would be the answer, but worth the question.
Nat!
You there, Stark?
Yeah, just checking on you guys. Jarvis informed me of the battle and, well, I wanted to see if you're alive and kicking or not.
We are, but I can't say the same for the city, I'm afraid. In case you were wondering, your tower is still in one piece. We haven't heard much of you lately. What's going on?
I'll explain more details once I've arrived at your location. Well, that is if it's not destroyed.
Stark's meeting us here soon. He has info.
Get the helicarrier back to the ocean and wait for us there. Rest of you, follow me. We got a lot of talking to do.
Welcome back, sir.
I apologize if seeing us is a little off-putting. Mr. Sarasawa, is it?
Yes, don't worry. After what happened today, seeing you for the first time doesn't really faze me much.
Fair point.
I heard a lot of the word, Mr. Sarasawa. I read some of your books. Thanks. Though not all of them were true. You'll all see why eventually.
At this rate, we should be discussing new weapons we could use. Perhaps a ray cannon from space that shoots artificial black holes could do the trick. Question would be if they'll be out of the way of the cities. Hey, heard about your new adventures? Pretty cool, and people are starting to give you fun nicknames too, like Winsome Wasp.
Geez, I hate it when he just tries to act all cool like some hipster. There's something about him that drives me wild.
Glad I've made it to the party. Perhaps a large party from the looks of it.
Glad to see you're not made into a monster mini-snack, Stark.
What can I say? I did hard after all.
Do any of us have an idea about this?
Kinda rude not to say hello. Didn't they teach you manners?
I'm sorry. It's just I'm starting to get a loss about this.
Listen, we all are, but freaking out about it is not going to help.
Don't you guys think I should be asking more pressing questions? Like, I don't know, like if we just saw Godzilla. You know, the monster that was fictional turned out to be anything but fictional!
Hey, lay off them. It's not like they weren't getting to it.
I didn't mean to come across all confrontational, unless if it's some big shot villain or anything like that.
Everyone just calm the hell down, and we'll tell you.
I promise you share information about everything and keep it. Back in the prehistoric era, we speculate that radiation was at an all-time high in the air, which fed the largest of the beasts that were among the last remaining dinosaurs. Fossil records we investigate suggested came after the asteroid that crashed on Earth 65 million years ago. Those giants are called megafauna. Long ago, or in a more popular well-known term for Japan, Kaijus, which translates to mysterious beast. Others are called motus, as some expertise. Many of those beasts are among the highest mega predators, yet they often provide their might at the top of the food chain in dominance. One species particular that we found out had connection to the same monster that people also to be the featured creature. The beast was Godzilla, or Godzilla as most Western media calls. His special is not his title as Six of the Monsters, just for a princess alone, that you all have seen in the New York City a while ago. He handled with the rest of the Kaijus eventually went in the hibernation, and the radiation was stripped from the planet.
While there were reports of the kaiju being sighted among history, they didn't rise up again until after man started using atomic power. Godzilla himself was the first to awaken by this, along with other kaiju, which is codenamed Gigamoth. One day, they were sighted among the Bikini Atoll Islands fighting for territory by the group that later became the founding members of Monarch. Godzilla had his victory in one of his battles against Gigamoth, for a while of course, but wasn't without injuries. They decided by then it was time to strike at the monster using radioactive bombs.
Deploying a bomb that can only feed a monster that already has an atomic diet? Feels like some of those scientists weren't exactly thinking more of what to use against a big G. No offense.
So you haven't heard yet about your father, Howard Stark, being a part of it yet?
Excuse me?
What Miko said was true. Your father, my father and hers, they all from the Monarch. They took part of this mission to end the destruction that was happening in the villages of the island, and to keep the Kaiju activity secret to everyone, except to S.H.I.E.L.D. Godzilla and Gigamoth finally had the last fight in the island, which resulted in Godzilla winning, and thus the people dead.
My father had always wanted to look into how Godzilla and the other kaiju function the way they do, and he did implore that using force on Godzilla will only make things worse. But at that point, most of the people involved had enough of it. Howard Stark secretly shared their opinion from both my father and Ichiro's. They developed a bomb to take out Godzilla, which they concealed it as being just a test. Howard Stark added some extra touches of the energy from his prototype arc reactor, which led to the Bikini Atoll bombing.
Unbelievable. Figured I found out the whole gig with my old man's secrets, but then this happens.
I'm sorry that this is a lot to take in, Mr. Stark. Your father was ultimately just trying to save more lives, but he and our fathers felt that using power would solve the problem. Though to find out, it is the exact opposite the hard way. They managed to drop the bomb on Godzilla, but it managed to make him furious, and he paid due to the extra energy including rage. Godzilla went to his anger on a village, laying waste on the city, claiming more lives as a result. Eventually he left the island. He disappeared.
Then God knows how they've managed to do it. Managed to cover the whole affair up. Stories state that the guys who worked on the first movie of Godzilla witnessed the monster and were inspired to do a movie on it. I can't verify if it's true. Also, given how he took down Detalius, I'm betting he's feeling territorial again and going after the Bat Wonder next.
If she is aware of this from the get-go, then how come I was not able to find files about this?
Only a specific rank of S.H.I.E.L.D. agents are allowed to look them up. Solely because we don't want anyone who we can't trust fully to just blab it out and cause panic, or landing in the ears of the wrongdoing thugs.
How do you know if some of those specific ranks are more trustworthy? And how do you know if any of them are just getting on your good side?
We have ways of making sure that we're not giving blind trust. Anything you're implying about S.H.I.E.L.D., Pim?
No, I just wanted to know if S.H.I.E.L.D. doesn't have any agenda that makes me worry.
What reason does Monarch have for keeping this a secret from the entire world? To keep people from having blissful unawareness?
They felt it was the best that despite the age of the monsters, the world would be better off knowing that the idea of monsters roaming around the planet should remain in the past, which is why Monarch took such great care that with any more monster event that happened at the Age of Motions was to be kept top secret and dealt with carefully. A specific area was eventually found where the monsters were kept to be studied. There were incidents until now. Everyone will live in that era when the story that finished well of giants working around them.
That didn't stop people from dying in the end, and it also drove a man I've met mad with trying to find the truth, and it killed him, leaving his adoptive daughter alone and distraught. I'm sorry, but I fail to see how Monarch's methods helped more people than hurt them, especially with the Nelson fellow having no problem getting dirty.
I assure you, Monarch didn't always have men like him. The other hand, the past never went to the lengths Nelson took in order to get things done. I've fixed rumors of what he did to people who found out. There were ones. I had no proof to back them up, but I came my ass up here.
I need to breathe right now.
Are you alright?
I'm fine. I'm about to give Nelson to it straight about what damage he's done.
I understand your frustration with the man, but even I'm not that upset with him. Is there anything else troubling you? Don't try and hide it. I'm very keen on emotions from time to time.
I don't know how to put this, but I don't know what to make of all of it.
All of it? You mean the current situation?
Well, yeah, but not just that. Everything.
I'm afraid I don't quite follow.
What I'm trying to say is that it's the not knowing what to do is what's killing me. Back and during the war, I've always had a sense of what to do. Not perfectly, but enough to get an idea. But right now, I'm not so sure. It's like trying to solve a puzzle that you have no idea where to start.
Those are somewhat the same words Optimus Prime used to say back on Cybertron.
Really?
Of course! He wasn't always sure what he'll do next, and often he'll tell this to his boss who can listen. Like yours truly. You're one of the greatest war historians in history, Captain. And while I don't quite know how we find a way to feel more peace with this, but what I can say is that you'll eventually find some way to cope with all of it. Like how the other ones cope with our planet no longer being a home.
That really did set up some interesting things to ponder about. Thanks.
No problem, lad. After all, I'm not just someone who has a knack for inventing.
How could you just let 100-meter tall freak of nature just waltz out of here like that, Miller? You had one job, you bastard. One freaking job. Get many of the equipment shipped out of my location. Yes, my secret one, you dolt. I'm going to get ruined. And what makes it worse is that I'm already in hot water. If you don't manage to keep the situation under wraps, Miller, your hide is mine to flog. And that goes for your insurance for your house, too. Could you two move? I don't have time for your crazy accusations about me becoming some insane villain or some other crap.
What were you talking about on the phone with Nelson?
None of your goddamn business, you has-been. Now step aside. Hey, are you hard of hearing? I told you to move.
Not until you answer my question.
Well, well. Stubborn and you're hard of hearing. Guess that wasn't mentioned in the history books.
Let's just say I have a hard time trusting folk who aren't honest about their jobs. Especially when they're keeping secrets that killed thousands.
Oh, get off your high horse already. People die every day. So what? So what if some sappy fool decides to get sentimental about his quest to get answers? That's his fault, not mine. So why do you...
Insult Raymond Martin like that again, and I won't be this friendly.
You know what your problem is? You just don't know when you're not needed anymore. You and the Kaiju have more in common than you think. You're both in a time where you don't belong.
You feeling fine?
Yes, I'm cool. Listen, I know this may sound odd, but a friend told me she had dreams that she keeps in here that could have connections to the Kaiju.
Are you sure about it?
I don't know, but Sky's not a liar from the time I've been with her. If that's the case, it could give us an idea on what to do to take on the Kaiju.
I'll be sure to inform the others about it. What will you do in the meantime?
Getting ready. Can't afford to slack off more training against our large friends.
Hopefully, time's on my side a bit. Okay, let's do the magic. What? No, 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 no! Why am I always so close yet not close enough to finding them? I can't go on remaining alone.
Gotta give you a break. You know how to break free from your own.
Look, it's not what you think. I wasn't trying to hack data to some evil group or...
Listen, it's alright. Captain Rogers told me everything. Don't need to explain again. You had a rough life. I'm sorry about what happened to your adopted father, too. I heard that he was a good man that wanted to make sure no one else went through what he did. You're lucky you had him.
Thanks. You can have it back. I'm not really in the mood to do more searching right now. The thing is dead, anyway.
No problem. And I was on the tanks part 2. You have a lot of potential that you have shown so far. I always like that about people. But I was like to trust too. I want to make sure that I can trust you around the base.
Wait. Hold on. You're offering me a place to stay here?
You can say that. It would not be right to kick you out after what happened in your talents. I promise we'll find out what we know about your parents. You need to take precautions for now. You need to stop any equipment that tied into the rising tide. It was not my idea, but the heads want to make sure no funny business until they're sure they can trust you.
Yeah, sure thing. Gonna take a while to get used to this, though.
Trust me. It feels like wearing a watch eventually. I think the first being the trust bond. You can have all the people because we got the locations of our large friends. And the favor too, when you get on time.
What other favor?
You'll know soon.